Good morning. Happy Tuesday, everybody. Hopefully, you guys had a good Monday. Hopefully, everything went well last night. Betting, DFS, all that good stuff. We had some. It was like kind of weird, like with the end of football. It's like we have this long wait until the Super Bowl, and it was like I felt weird last night. I don't know. It was like an uneasy feeling, but we did have some college basketball. We're gonna be talking more college basketball on the streams throughout the next couple months here leading up to March Madness. I've had my best seasons when I've waited until February or, around this time to dive in and I can really analyze all the data. So I'm excited for that. We had a good game last night between Iowa State and Arizona. If you guys know, I have just like Arizona's one of my nemesis teams. Like I despise them. They always let me down. Caleb Love is one of those players that always lets me down. And like I thought it was crazy. He was doing like a classic Caleb Love big game performance where he was like 1 of 11 from 3 and then comes out of nowhere, hits that half court heave to send the game to overtime, and then cans 2 threes in overtime. Arizona wins the game. So yeah, excited to get back into the college basketball streets here. We will be talking that on the streams pretty regularly, I would say, starting next week and after the Super Bowl. I've kind of formulated some teams that I'll be looking out for. Like I know Iowa State lost last night, but I think they are going to be pretty heavy on my radar by the time we get to the tournament. And you have some of the other usual suspects as well. But yeah, excited for college basketball, and then that'll lead us right into baseball. Like that's why I'm kind of okay with it, because once we hit the Super Bowl, we get like this month of really good college basketball right into conference tournament play, and then the actual NCAA tournament, and then that just translates, right into the start of baseball season. So it's a pretty seamless transition, but it's really after that ends and we get to like summer to where it's like only baseball going on once basketball playoffs end and all that hockey playoffs end. So then you're just waiting for football. But all right, today we did a tier list last week. We did coaches. You guys can go back and rewatch that stream. I think it was last Tuesday or Wednesday. But it's on the YouTube channel for replay if you want to see it. I ranked every coach in the NFL. Today we'll be ranking quarterbacks because I'm just tired of the Jalen Hurts slander. I mean, like, what does this guy have to do? I've defended this guy since he was at Alabama. Last week, you guys know, if you're watching this stream, you're in tune with, the kind of everything. Everyone's talking point last week was Jalen Hurts. He can't throw the ball anymore. Jalen Hurts, they're 0-4 in the playoffs or whatever, 0-3 in the playoffs when he throws for over 150 yards or some just completely insane stat. Like just zero context in that stat whatsoever. But regardless, that was the talking point last week. Jalen Hurts can't get it done, even though he's already got it done in the past. But yeah, he came out, played an amazing game, was in complete control of the offense, couple huge throws in that game. Yeah, so I'm tired of the slander. I'm tired of people saying Patrick Mahomes isn't the best quarterback of all time. He is. There is no debate. I don't care about Tom Brady's 7 championships or whatever. I don't care. I don't care that he beat Patrick Mahomes twice on these early kind of versions of the Chiefs. By that logic, if you say that Tom Brady's better than Patrick Mahomes because he beat him twice, then just say Eli Manning's better than Tom Brady because Eli Manning beat Tom Brady twice in Super Bowls. Like, just dumb. Like, no basis of that. Just such a lazy take that Tom Brady's better because he beat him twice. Like, just the dumbest take I've ever seen. But I digress. I'm tired of people. I'm tired of the slander. So we're going to do a quarterback tier list. I've preloaded my tier list with this tier here, which is just LOL. Deshaun Watson in his own tier. The guy should not be in the NFL. End of the day. So he is in his own tier of sucking. We'll start from the top down. And Patrick Mahomes, as I said, greatest of all time. He's in his own tier. I've seen people make quarterback tier lists. They put Joe Burrow and Justin Herbert and like even Lamar, like in the Josh Allen in the tier of Patrick Mahomes. I'm sorry. Have any of those quarterbacks went to the AFC Championship game in every single year as a starter? Have any of them won, 3 Super Bowls and going for a chance to go 3 in a row? I don't think so. So he's in his own tier. Elite, we will go Lamar Jackson. We will go with Josh Allen. I will go Joe Burrow in this tier as well. So these 3 I think are certain because I think this is the top 4, like by far. I think after these 4 is when you can start to debate. Is there another elite option? I don't know. I don't know. It's tough. It's tough. I think Justin Herbert could be elite in my opinion. Say what you want about the Chargers. It's a team sport. Skills-wise, he is definitely close. Jalen Hurts is close, but I wouldn't put him on the same level. I would put Jalen Hurts in it's almost like he needs his own tier, to be quite honest with you. I'm not going to put anyone else in elite for right now. We're going to work from the bottom up, though. Looking for work, Jameis Winston will be looking for a job. Spencer Rattler, not really looking for work, but I'm going to put him there because he's not going to be like the confirmed starter coming into the season. Same thing for Cooper Rush, Mason Rudolph. I'm going to put Russell Wilson. He will be. Maybe he'll get a starting job. Maybe he won't. Justin Fields will go in that tier. Gardner Minshew will go in that tier. Andy Dalton. I'm not even going to rank these Dolphins backups because I just don't care. Daniel Jones can go in there. Aiden O'Connell can go in there. Joe Flacco. I mean, we should just have like a backup tier because I don't like Malik Willis is not really looking for work. He's just like the backup. Same with these Dolphins guys. So I just won't even rank them. And if you guys want to chime in the chat, let me know. Let me know if I'm off base here or if you think someone should be in a certain tier. Let me know. Has been is going to be Aaron Rodgers. I still think Aaron Rodgers is actually. I'm gonna put Aaron Rodgers in good. I still think Aaron Rodgers is good. It's just not what it once was. Yeah, we're gonna need another tier between here though. Arrow below. This is gonna be very good. So not quite elite, but very good. Okay. So very good. We're going to go Jalen Hurts in the very good. We're going to go Matt Stafford in the very good. Still think Matt Stafford's very, very good. Quarterback. Jaden Daniels, I honestly could put in the elite. I'm not going to lie. If there's anyone that has and I know it's one season, if there's anyone that has a claim for this next elite spot, it might be Jaden Daniels because that playoff run that we just saw from him was insane. So Justin Herbert's going to go very good. I'm going to put him in there, dude, to be honest with you. Say this is recency bias all you want. None of these. Justin Herbert, I think, is the next closest skills-wise. He has not taken a bad team to the conference championship game. So, and a legitimate bad team. So that's why I put Jaden Daniels there. But if you want to claim that's recency bias, okay, that's fine. Next up will be CJ Stroud. Still have some hope for him. Bo Nix. played pretty good. We'll put him in the next up potentially. Bryce Young played really well down the stretch. Caleb Williams, it's kind of like reserved because we just don't know. We'll see him with a good offense. I'm going to change the has been to just bad. For right now. Like, I don't understand why these like backups are on here. For bad, we're just going to put Anthony Richardson, Will Levis. Anthony Richardson has more potential than Will Levis, but for right now, they're both pretty bad. Kirk Cousins is looking for work. Derek Carr, I think, is going to be looking for work. Geno Smith, I would say good. Tua, I would say, man, where do we put Tua? Someone let me know. I don't know about that one. I'll just put Malik Willis there and these Dolphins guys. Drake May is going to be at the top of the next up. Very high on Drake May. Jared Goff, good. Trevor Lawrence, good. Tua is a tough one. I don't know. Sam Darnold could be in good. He also could be in looking for work because he is going to be looking for work. Baker Mayfield, good. Jordan Love, I'm going to say good for right now. Jordan Love, if you asked me after last year's playoffs, Jordan Love would be in the very good tier. I think he's just in the good tier right now with Baker Mayfield. Brock Purdy, oh man, I'm going to put Geno Smith good. I mean, he's okay, right? All right, let's rank this out a little bit here. We'll put Baker at the top of good. Rodgers, Goff, Lawrence, Love, Smith. We can probably flop this here. Okay. That looks pretty good to me. For next up, I would still put Bryce Young here for right now. I don't know. Bo Nix played pretty good. We'll do this. Justin Herbert, put at the top of very good. All right, I'm pretty good with this here. So it's just kind of parsing out these last 5 guys. Tua, someone said Tua bad. I don't know about bad. I don't think he's bad. I'm not going to put him in bad. He'll go at the, oh man. He'll go good, but probably here. I don't know. I'll leave it like this for right now. Kyler Murray's probably at the back end of good for me. Brock Purdy, I honestly want to put Brock Purdy very good. I can't believe it. I'm going to put Brock Purdy there, right behind Matt Stafford. Oh, Dak Prescott. Is Dak Prescott above Baker Mayfield, Jordan Love, Tua, Trevor Lawrence, Kyler Murray? Oh, man. Is he above those guys? That is a good question. Very good year last year. 4,500 yards, 36 touchdowns, 9 picks. 7.7 yards per attempt. Second in the MVP race. Oh, man. I think he's just good. I'm a Dak guy. I think he's just good. I don't think we can put him any higher. So he's going to be good above 2, I think. So Jordan Love versus Dak. Who do we got there? That would be, I guess, the debate. Jordan Love last year, 4,200 yards, 32 TDs, 11 picks, 7.2 yards per attempt. This year, 8 yards per attempt, 3,400 yards in 15 games, 25 TDs, 11 picks. But it's tough because Dak's a professional quarterback, man. You guys got to remember this. Like, even if you don't like him, even if you don't think he's very good, he's good. And he's a leader, I feel like, relative to like some people on this list. I would trust him kind of coming in and, commanding my team. I mean, statistically, if we look at last season, 8.3 yards per attempt, 4,700 yards, 29 touchdowns, 14 picks. Like, it's not that good. Like, that's not that good. For being on a Mike McDaniel offense with Tyreek Hill, Jalen Waddle, Devon Achane, like what they're able to do down there. Like, I like the 8.3 yards per attempt, but I mean, 29 TDs, 14 picks, like that's not that good. So probably have to keep him where he is. Would we take Trevor Lawrence? Trevor Lawrence or Tua? I think Trevor Lawrence is a little underrated. I mean, he only played 10 games this past year. He got hurt, but years prior, not a lot to do in the touchdown department. But again, it's really tough to evaluate Trevor Lawrence because he's been on, he was stuck with Urban Meyer early in his career, and then Doug Peterson, who I think is good, but he's really never been on like a situation like Tua is in, Jared Goff. So that's a little bit tough. I might actually flop that there. Might flop that. All right. So is Sam Darnold good or looking for work? I mean, he's both of those things, but which tier do we put him in? I like how Will Levis and Anthony Richardson, two of the AFC South quarterbacks, should have their own tier of sucking. I'll put Darnold at the back of good for now. So, all right. I'm pretty good with this list. Quarterback tier list. GOAT, Patrick Mahomes, obviously. Elite, Lamar, Josh Allen, Burrow, Jaden Daniels. That's probably that's the order I would rank them in too. Lamar, Josh Allen, you can debate for hours and never come to a firm decision. Joe Burrow is a step behind them because weirdly enough, I feel like Lamar for the beginning of his career, right, was labeled pretty injury prone, I would say. I mean, if you look at his kind of look at his stats, he played 15, but then he had back-to-back seasons where he only played 12 games and then 16, 17. So after those back-to-back 12 games, right, he was kind of labeled as injury prone. And I mean, Joe Burrow, I mean, he's had multiple seasons as well where he's only played 10 games. So I don't think you can make any sort of a claim that Lamar Jackson's any more injury prone than Joe Burrow, especially with the stuff with, his wrist and stuff where they said there could be long-term issues. So skills wise, he's definitely on par with those two above him, but I'm honestly more concerned about Joe Burrow injury wise than I am Lamar Jackson or Josh Allen. So I would put him 4th overall. And then Jaden Daniels, this might be aggressive, but I'm fine being a little aggressive on a list like this. I would put him 5th. Then we have Justin Herbert, Jalen Hurts, Matt Stafford, Brock Purdy. Pretty good with that kind of grouping there. Yeah, I mean, Brock Purdy really grew on me, man. I was like, I don't even think it was like I was anti Brock Purdy. It was just the fact that people thought he was the MVP last year for that like weird period of time when he clearly wasn't. But I mean, statistically, amazing season last year. 4,300 yards, 31 TDs, 11 picks, 9.6 yards per pass attempt. Even in his rookie season, right? He started 5 games, 8.1 yards per pass attempt. And then this past year, played 15 games, 3,900 yards, only 20 to 12 touchdown to INT ratio. But the whole team was a little weird. Still averaged 8.5 yards per attempt. I think he's pretty good. He grew on me a little bit. So I have him in that tier. Next up, we have Drake May, CJ Stroud, Bryce Young, Bo Nix, Caleb Williams. Pretty good with that listing. Really high on Drake May, like I've said countless times. So he's number 1 for me in that tier. Stroud 2. Even though Stroud's won multiple playoff games, I guess it's probably disingenuous to him to put him behind Drake May. So we can flip that. We'll put CJ Stroud first. Weird situation with the offense this year, too. I mean, they fired Bobby Slowick. I've never been a big Bobby Slowick fan, but not sure if the full blame's on him. I don't know. Weird situation with the offense. We'll see what happens next year. So CJ Stroud first in that tier, followed by Drake May, Bryce Young, Bo Nix, Caleb Williams. Big group of guys in just the good tier. Baker Mayfield, Aaron Rodgers, Jordan Love, Dak Prescott, Trevor Lawrence, Tua Tagovailoa, Jared Goff, Geno Smith, Kyler Murray, and Sam Darnold. Pretty good with this. I mean, I would definitely put Baker number 1 in this tier, given what he just did this past year. Amazing season. We'll see what happens coming into this season. I mean, it's going to be his 3rd offensive coordinator in 3 years. I thought maybe he would take a step back without Dave Canales. That wasn't the case. Liam Cohen was great and did good enough to earn himself a head coaching job. So, we'll see if they can replace yet another offensive coordinator with a head coach quality play caller. That will be a big question. Aaron Rodgers is very old, coming off the Achilles, but still think he's right there. Jordan Love, Dak, all those guys. So pretty good grouping there. Bad, like I said, Anthony Richardson, Will Levis. That was pretty funny. 2 AFC South quarterbacks in their own tier. Big group of guys that are going to be looking for jobs this offseason. Don't know if they'll get them. And then Deshaun Watson is in his own tier of trash. So, yeah, I'll tweet this out later and try and get some thoughts on it. But overall, pretty good list, I think. And like I said, we're going to do one of these tier lists every week. Last week we did coaches. This week, quarterbacks. We'll do something else next week. I think it's something fun to do, especially with football winding down. Tomorrow will be let me pull up the schedule here. We have lots of college basketball tonight, I'm pretty sure. Tuesday's usually a big day for that. Some big games, Kentucky, Tennessee, St. John's, Georgetown. What else do we got here? Minnesota, Michigan State, Marquette, Butler, Oklahoma, Texas A&M is a good game. Yeah, so some good games tonight. Top 25 games. Wake Forest, Louisville as well. Louisville's been on fire. They're up to 21 overall in the rankings. Not sure what they are, KenPom, but they've been playing very good. New coaching staff there. There's only 4 NBA games tonight, but tomorrow there's quite a bit. So we'll talk some NBA tomorrow. I'm going to try and look at some college basketball. Maybe I'll tweet some bets out. We'll see if there's anything I like. We'll see. But yeah, hopefully you guys like the tier list. Thank you guys for tuning in. Good luck with your bets tonight. I'll be live tomorrow, 11 a.m. And I'll see everybody then.